Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. My name's Nick, if you guys already don't know. And I just wanted to make a little follow-up video on the JB4, on the CVT WRX. Kind of the impressions that I've had, because I've had it on the car for probably 2,500 miles now. So just my overall thoughts on it. And again, like, should you get one? I'll also go more into depth on the wiring side. Kind of show you guys what I did, because I wasn't able to figure out how to put it through the firewall. Like, I've seen a couple pictures of the firewall down below where the driver's pedals are, and I could be mistaken, but I think it's different than, well, it obviously is different than the manual car, but it doesn't have a certain grommet there that makes it easy to run the OBD2 cable for the JB4 through. And, you know, maybe I'm missing it. I looked pretty extensively. I saw pictures online. I watched like Heavy Metal WRX's video on it. He has the manual WRX, but it shows a different firewall grommet down there versus what the CVT cars have. So I didn't want to drill into the firewall, especially for this. So I just decided to kind of run it up and over here, down through the hood. And it's pretty well hidden. I got it tucked under all the fender and everything, but it's not through the firewall. But I just want to show that for anyone who's like going through the same thing with me. If you guys have gotten a JB4 on your CVT WRX and like figured out how to get it through the firewall without having to drill, I would love to know like which grommet you use so I can do it properly. But for now, it's just, I've had it through that upper part for, the past, ever since I put it on the car, and it's been fine. I've had no issues with it. There's no water leaks or anything, and yeah, it's been good. As you guys can see, I got some new wheels on the car, or they're not even new, but they're my ones off my 14 STI that I had before this. And my brother and I traded wheels. He really liked the GT wheels, so he threw them on his STI, and I put these ones on here. And it actually made a pretty big difference on the way the car drives. The suspension's a little tighter, and the adaptive modes feel like they do more just because the wheels are lighter. And I don't know why, but the steering is a lot heavier with these wheels. Even though they weigh less, it's the same exact tire. They both have Michelin Pilot Sport All Season 4s on them. And they're both like same tread wear. They're pretty much new, like maybe 3,000 miles on them, on both cars. So it's 100% just the weight of the wheel, because the specs, the offset's the same, it's just the weight. But yeah, it really improved the feel of the car. I'm impressed. And the brakes feel a lot better too. I don't even know if I'm gonna do anything now. So yeah, if you're kind of like wanting to upgrade all that stuff, I'd say upgrade your wheels first. Get some forged or lightweight cast wheels like Cementkis. Make a big difference on the way the car drives. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. I'll show you guys all the different map presets on the JB4. I still don't know what all the preset ones are from Burger Motorsports are, and I haven't really used them just because I went straight to that custom level 6 map, or stage 6 or whatever they call it. And huge shout out to Chris again, but he got me all tuned on there since this car has a Burger Motorsports intake as well. I didn't feel comfortable running the over-the-shelf maps. It's just kind of like the Cobb stuff, you know. The over-the-shelf maps, they're not like awful, but if you start modding them at all, or even if you want to run it long-term, I still recommend getting it at least detuned, if not pro-tuned even, if you could find someone to do it. But yeah, I'll go into it, talk about just kind of my experience with it, and show you guys the wiring and all the custom maps, and then yeah, just how it's been holding up over 2,500 miles, and like, should you do it to your car? So yeah, alrighty. Hey guys, here's the inside of the car. So for the OBD2 cable part of the JB4, it's obviously plugged down in that OBD2 port down here, and I ran it across through this piece of plastic. You can see it right here, going up the door. You can kind of see it there. I didn't want to take off all the trim and really tuck it back there just because you can't see it when the door's closed, and it doesn't really bother me. But I have it running up to here where it crosses over the water seal, And through this piece of plastic trim, I just kind of slipped it under there. Didn't have to pop it off or anything. Ran the wire in between here, down through the window. This is the only part on the car where you could see it. And like I tried running it inside of there, but there's a clip and I didn't want to do any kind of damage to the car. That's not reversible. So I just kind of tucked it on the outside and it goes underneath the hood. Let me pop the hood for you guys so you can see. But when the door's closed, you can barely tell. I mean, you really can't tell unless you know what you're looking for. And you don't see this from the driver's seat of the car. Then I got it running underneath this entire trim of plastic. It goes underneath here, down to where I have the JB4. It's zip tied and double-sided taped right here. Here's the JB4 Connect module right here. Just kind of tucked up there too, but yeah. So that's how I have the OBD2 part of that cable run. That's the hardest part of the install in my opinion, especially since I don't know how to get it through the firewall without drilling a hole, just since this car doesn't have that same grommet from what I could tell. But yeah, so you got that. As I mentioned in the other video, I showed you guys all the other wires. It's all been holding up great. Got that one. Your intake one is down here. You can see it kind of, it's that one right there, this blue one. And then I got my wastegate one just kind of running right along here. It's this cable. And it's zip tied down here, down there, and it goes down into the electronic wastegate actuator. So yeah, that's the engine bay. I've had no issues with it. No issues with the JB4 other than that first one that was faulty, but Burger Motorsports took great care of me and got that taken care of right away. But yeah, that's how I have it wired up. I hope it helps some people. And again, if someone figures out how to get it properly through the firewall, that would be amazing. I'd love to know. So one, I could share it with everyone else, and two, get my car, I guess, more permanent. But this is not a bad way to do it. I'm sure you could take the clip off of this windshield trim piece and get it fully underneath. But I mean, you can't even tell it's really there when you're just walking by the car. I mean, you really can't see it. And you don't notice it at all when you're inside of the car. So, you know, I'm fine with it. Especially since I didn't have to drill any holes or anything. But yeah, let's get into the OBD2. I'm sorry, not the OBD2. Let's get into the tuning side of the JB4. I'll show you guys the app. It's on the phone, obviously, but I just have it on my iPad as well. So let's do that. Ignore the tire pressure light. I have to get that taken care of with my brother, since the wheels that are on his car have my sensors and I have his. So yeah. All right, I'll show you guys. Got the JB4 app right there. And this is on your phone, by the way, as well. You don't have to use it on your iPad. Let's see if it connects. So there we go. You guys can see it's on map 6. It's a little warm on the intake air temperature just because it's been in my garage for a while, but it's pretty cool. Very responsive. No problems here, but yeah, so for the coding thing, you just tap on this to change the map. Somewhere on here. There we go. So yeah, map 0 is your factory, which is the bypass mode. Map 1 is your 91 plus from Burger. 2 is 93. 3 is your E30 mix. And I'm not sure what the difference is between 3 and 4. I'm guessing 4 is just a little more aggressive, or maybe it's for the intake and E30. You got E30 on map 5 as well. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what the differences are. I haven't messed with them. But map 6, that's the one you want to use. That's the custom tuning. Map 7, I'm not sure either. But map 6, you go into your settings down here, and then tuning and app configuration. And then you see that user adjustment settings. That's where you go and you can put in all your values right there. And your tuner will help you out with that. And then you can also update the firmware. I wonder, see if there's a software update. It's 86. There it is, 22RX. I believe I am on that WRX 6 T1 hex. Let's see. Maybe I'm not. I'll have to get that updated. But yeah, it's a pretty cool app. So you could read your codes on here. Hopefully there's none. Maybe a tire pressure monitor light, just because I swapped the wheels. Yeah, nothing. I wouldn't think that's an actual code. But you can clear your codes, and this is how you clear your codes if your car throws a check engine light for whatever reason. Mine hasn't done it actually within the past 1,000 miles. Yeah, there's no saved codes. This is how you record your logs and send to your tuner. You basically just press start logging right there, and once you stop your log, it will show up in here, and you can text it off, email it, whatever you want to do. It's pretty sweet. And then, yeah, that's about it for the app. You just got to make sure you have that JB4 Connect. And I mean, I think you could run this on an Android tablet if you want to swap out your head unit with something like this. But I mean, really, this is one thing that I used it just to basically set up the JB4, get the logs taken care of, and then really never touched it again. So it's cool. I'm glad that they have this option, but it's not something that I would personally use, because I'm not going to like put my phone up here and monitor everything. I trust the tune. The car feels great. It's been great for the past 2,500 miles on it, and got nothing but good things to say about it. I'll show you guys another little pull with the new wheels and just show you that the car still feels nice and healthy, and it's very fast. And yeah, any other questions, let me know in the comments.